Okay, the Silvia. This machine's been around forever. It seems like forever anyway. It's based on, some of the components on the inside are actually based on what they use in their commercial machines.
Okay.
This has a brass boiler, 12 ounces. It's got copper tubing throughout, and we're going to show the inside of this machine later. 67-ounce water tank right up here. Plastic water tank. Yes, 2 hoses, and the manual doesn't talk about that. The extra one's a return overpressure from the boiler.
The shorter one
The
is.
shorter one, yeah.
Okay.
So the long one has to be in the water.
And the short one doesn't.
And the short one does not.
Okay.
So, this is a conventional steam arm with 1 hole. For a very short time, they made a 3-hole tip on this, and the boiler wasn't powerful enough to sustain the 3 holes, so they took it back to the 1.
Okay.
So if you happen to have the one with the 3 and you don't like it, there's a tip available.
I think maybe that might only be accurate for the fact that they had to convert it over to different voltage for
Yeah.
North America.
Right.
So it might work really
110.
well in Europe, but
Yep,
on the
exactly.
220.
No, in the 110 side, it doesn't work so hot. Full-size 58mm professional portafilter, stainless steel baskets. This is chrome-plated brass. You get the single... you get the single basket, but you do not get another portafilter. You get
Okay.
one portafilter with a double spout.
Got
But
it.
You can put a basket, the single basket in here. Drip tray down here. That's one thing about this. It's a little bit slim. It's kind of small. And like we were talking about earlier, you mentioned when you got the lid on, you can't see that it's about to overflow.
Yeah, you think that the tray's
That's
this
this thick?
large
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Yeah,
not.
so you can get yourself into trouble if
It's
you're not
not.
careful.
This machine does not come with the PID. This is an add-on that adds on about $250 onto this machine. And
Okay.
what the PID does is control the boiler to within 1 degree of whatever you ask it to do. Allows you to do automatic brewing in that you can set the pre-infuser, you can set the wait time, and then you can set the brew time, and then you just push the button, it does it all automatically.
Okay, for just one setting.
One setting.
Okay.
Yep, just one setting. Stainless steel case, I don't know if I mentioned that. Compact.
Solenoid?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
got the 3-way solenoid valve, which, in case you guys out there don't know what that is, after you get done brewing, there's quite a bit of moisture left on the top of your coffee puck. That 3-way solenoid valve is an electric solenoid valve that opens up and allows the pressure that is still here in the brew head to go back through the brew head, down through the solenoid valve, and into the drip tray. And
So it leaves you with a little bit drier.
yeah, it's right
puck.
under here. If you stick your finger under here, you can feel it.
I'm not
So
sticking my
yeah.
finger anywhere, Gail.
It might be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It gives you a much drier puck, and the other thing that gives you is it just taps out in one tap.
Okay. Now, it gives a drier puck, but depending on your coffee ground and yada, 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 your cup could still be moist.
Oh, absolutely.
Some people are like, it's not like, sawdust, and you're like, it's not going to happen.
It's got about a quarter
Yeah.
of moisture still, like the
Still
size
in
of a
it.
quarter on the top of the coffee puck. If you take it off immediately,
If you let it hang out for a little bit, then it kind of...
it dissipates.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of gets soaked up.
All right, so single boiler.
Single boiler,
Cool, all right.
brass. Do one function or the other, not both at the same time. I'm referring to the brewing and the steaming.
Okay.
You're going to do one or the other. Okay, this is the Crossland CC1. This machine has a stainless steel casing, as you can see, black front. It has a stainless steel boiler on the inside, 17 ounces of boiling
Power.
power.
A boiling magic, perhaps,
Yeah,
Gail?
right. Actually, not boiling, brewing temperature. And also it has a thermo block for the steam side. And what that gives you is the ability to just steam and steam and steam. It's
Because it's pulling water
right from the reservoir.
from the reservoir
That's right.
through the boiler to
That's
the
right.
thermoblock. So
It
it's kind of
preheats
yeah.
it,
So your
yeah.
switch time on
Yep.
this guy is much faster.
Yeah, it does. It preheats the water before it goes to the thermal block. Mm-hmm. So that's a good feature. Plus, it keeps your boiler full. You can't burn up the boiler in this machine.
Yeah.
It's similar to an autofill, but not exactly.
Well, it just never is like dissipating without.
Refilling.
Yeah.
Yep.
The pump's always active.
Yep. 58mm full-size portafilter, chrome-plated brass. It has a PID built into it. Mm-hmm. And you can have 3 programmable buttons. 1 cup, 2 cup, and then the other one's called a pod. It's actually just a third setting for coffee.
So you could just program. And what can you program for each of those settings?
Temperature, the pre-infusion, wait time, brew time.
Okay.
All of those. And then you can, this is your boiler temperature. You can set the boiler temperature in the PID. And again, it'll keep it within 1 degree of whatever you ask it to do.
Okay.
It's submissive.
Oh, I like that.
So it has a 3-way solenoid valve as well right here. And what that does is takes the excess moisture off of your coffee puck after brewing and sends it down into the drip tray. Your water tank on this machine is 68 ounces, and it's right here, and it comes out just like that. And then it's got your dual hoses as well.
And always remember to take the portafilter out, because I don't know how many times still, even Bunny, every time she's like, this stupid road. Oh, I got to take the portafilter out.
This is the drip tray. It's actually a nice large drip tray. Come out of there. It's a good size.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
conventional steam arm, not anti-burn. When you see this rubber ding-dong on any of those, that means you're going to burn yourself if you touch it. Single hole as well. Okay, this is the inside of the Silvia. There's your brass boiler. These are all the wires that come from the PID up to control the temperature. And when you have that PID, it actually it hooks up different on the machine, so that instead of the thermostats that come with the machine controlling it, the PID's controlling it.
So somebody who doesn't have a PID, their insides would be a
little different.
Less wires in there. Okay.
All these little wires, they wouldn't be there.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. See the copper tubing, like I was talking about? This is your steam valve here. Pretty cool.
Pretty simple.
Single boiler. Here's the inside of the CC1. Now you've got, this is the thermal block that I was talking about that runs the steam. And then this is your boiler with it's got an insulation wrap around it. And as you can see, the water is coming from the boiler right here going through the thermal block. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's at the bottom. It's that one down there going in, and then this one is coming out, going to the steam arm.
I see. Okay, so it's going like that.
Right here. Right there. It comes from the boiler, goes to the thermal block, and comes back.
And then comes back. Got it. Yep. Okay.
So, and this is the board on this one right here. Instead of you having the PID mounted on the outside like you do on the Silvia, this one is all internal because it comes from the factory that way.
Yeah, instead of a retrofit, which
There's
is
your vibratory pump right there.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Coolio.
Looks pretty.
Isn't she sweet?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yeah, it's just called the steam rowdy.
It is rowdy. On the Silvia, you gotta wrestle it.
It's powerful, meaningful, delightful, productive.
People say, I just tried it, I just got this, how do I do it? I'm like, practice, 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 baby.
Buy a cow, because you're going to go through a lot of milk. So you want to get your foam right in the beginning, and then now I'm just heating it up the rest of the way.
You got the whole, it's submerged completely, okay.
Yeah, I do. And when I can't keep my hand on the bottom, I figured out it's around 150 degrees for me.
And that's how you like it.
That's how I like it. You typically don't want to go over 170 because then it scalds the milk and it gets nasty tasting.
Yeah, A and B, if you want to do latte art, you want to be in that 140 to 150 range. Otherwise, it's going to start breaking down.
You got it. I'm going to turn that off now, the steam button. So, there's that milk. Looks pretty good.
Okay,
Gotta give a score here. We don't want to any bad news here.
So we're going to cool the machine down. We'll be back with our shot.
Yep. Looks nice.
Caramely. Keep working that milk.
Keep that milk.
All right. And so we should just mention, because I don't think we did, now you have to do each process separately. But we steamed and then we cooled it down and we brewed so that we were refilling the boiler.
Exactly. Well,
Oh, Gail, you poor pathetic thing.
Well, the milk quality looks good though, Gail. The foam looks nice. I think it's going to taste good, which is all that counts at the end of the day.
Yeah, it tastes real good.
Cool. Enough coffee for you there, boss?
Yeah, perfect. Nummy. Now we like that.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. This gives you a little more time to actually work the milk because it's not as powerful as some.
You don't have to wrestle it.
No, not quite. A little different.
You could use it to coax the milk, Gail. When you're doing what you want it to do, right?
Yeah. A little different. I'm not as used to it. So I'm getting a little different bubbles. But I bet I can work them in. It's going to be more like latte foam. Maybe when I get done. Maybe. Work that in. Come on. Work it in. Let's go in the other direction now.
There you go.
It's getting hot too. Yep, it's hot. Come on, Miss Sylvia, let me have my arm up here.
You can work it in a little bit. You'll be good.
Yeah, I think I could have done better. This is
Okay,
1%.
let's pause and we will be back.
1% milk.
Oh,
too,
that's the problem, yeah.
That might be problem.
We'll be back with the shot.
Yep.
Also a syrupy shot there, Gail.
Pretty good. Somebody want to try a different basket in this one, just to see what the difference would be.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can tell that's fresh coffee. Look at it. Oh, this is not going to be good for foam.
Here.
I'm going to stop because I want a lot of coffee. I didn't do good on the foam. We only had 1% milk back then.
Yeah, and that's it. That's Gail's excuse this time around.
Yep. Tastes good.
Cool.
Oh, you should taste that. It's really yummy.
Thank you. But
Yeah, she looked at it. Yeah. It's good.
now I've been sick, so I'm not doing any dairy. Okay, so that is the CC1 v the Silvia.
Yeah.
Gail, why would you
V3.
buy one over the other? Why would I buy the Silvia instead of the CC1?
The Silvia's been around for a long time, so it has this track record that's been like for 15, 20 years, something like that. It's been around forever, so it's we know what its background is.
Okay.
Why I would buy one over the other, for one reason with the CC1 is you get a lot more for your money.
Yeah.
The PID is built into it. And
And it has 3 different options versus
3 options versus
single one, yeah.
Yep. So that would be the reason for one over the other. Reliability is known. This one here has a lot of features.
the
built in.
CC1.
The CC1. Yeah.
So 2 of the kind of stock drawbacks on the Silvia are temperature regulation, if you
Yes.
don't do a PID, and then the whole like boiler refill process.
Yep. You can
Both
burn it
of
up.
which are like resolved by the CC1.
Yep.
So if you're concerned with those things, then you do the CC1,
Yep.
which has been around for what, almost a couple years now?
It's a couple of years. Well,
Good
it
track
was in
record.
Europe. It's been in Europe for quite some time, but here in the States, yeah, a couple of years.
All right, so that is our comparison, Silvia v CC1. Thanks, Gail.
You're welcome.